Very cool. Derek Santhi, Las Vegas. A pleasure to talk to you. I'm glad you could come here and tell a story from our fair city. I do want to ask though, Las Vegas is such a ever-changing animal too. How'd you find the somewhat of the darkness and the different angles that some people just don't see in this city, except for people who've lived here for a while?
Oh, thank you. That's such a compliment. I mean, I would drive cross country uh, during college, and I would always stop in Vegas, and I would take photos because I was a photo major. And I remember once my friend at the time got pickpocketed, and we filed a police report, and it led us down the sort of back alleys of a casino. And I remember seeing like Employee of the Month, and I was like, what is it like to live in Las Vegas? Because you obviously have your day-to-day lives here, but it's such an unusual city. And I was so grateful that when we got to make this movie on location, so much of the local community was really supportive in helping us and showing us, obviously, dancers from the Jubilee were available to us to help us kind of learn about the showgirl etiquette and what that world meant to them, and we had the real costumes, and Shelley's house was one of the locals, and they would tell me about the Blue Angel landmark and things that were important to them. So I really wanted to make sure that I represented Vegas showgirl world authentically, but also showed in a way that I've always felt like I've seen it. I didn't draw from other movies. I drew from photography or like the journalist Dave Hickey or documentary. Like that was sort of how I didn't realize I was showcasing Vegas so differently until I saw the movie, kind of in a way. I was just gravitating.
Well, Las Vegas is such a big part of it, but also your characters are so strong too. I love to ask directors, what was the one thing when you got it shot, or maybe even something as part of the movie beforehand, that just worked out, that you had that we've got a movie moment, that thing you were worried about, or once you got it, it just felt like, okay, we've got a movie now?
I don't know. It's always tricky, like, when do you let your movie go? I did feel like in the edit, I got to a place of, I've tried everything. I feel good about this is the version that I want for this movie. But it's still hard. It's like, I don't know if I can watch it again because I'm afraid if I watch it, I'll start finding things that I want to switch or whatever. But I mean, it was really important to make this movie in an intimate fashion. And so because of that, you only have a short amount of time. And I think as a director, you always hope for as much time as you possibly can and just accumulate as much as you possibly can. But I think there's a blessing in having the boundaries and being put in a certain box, because that also dictates your choices. And in a way, I feel like the movie eventually just tells you what it wants to be.
Very cool. Well, I have to let you go, but I'd love to talk more about your vision of Las Vegas some other time, because I have some stories as well, and
I
also,
bet.
yeah, it's an interesting animal. The want and need of people who come to this town is a very interesting story. So,
Yes.
very cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.